Well, hello everyone. First, I'd like to start off by introducing myself. My name is Erik Wheelock, and I'm actually going to first start off by talking about the history of Salinas and Monterey. So, originally, the Native Americans of California, and more specifically in the Salinas area, started off as hunters and gatherers. And some of them were called the Ohlone Indians, and they occupied the central coast between Big Sur and San Francisco. So there was a second group found in Monterey County, which was called the Salinan Indians. And included in this were four of California's missions, which include Carmel, San Antonio, Soledad, and San Juan Bautista. And these were built between 1770 and the 1800s. And during the mid 1930s, the missions were actually taken over by ranchos. And in the Salinas area, during the Rancho period, it was ruled by Mexicans. And this included several large land grants that they received, but there weren't many people in the area at the time. So the Salinas area started to evolve because more investors started to purchase the land and turn it into more so a agricultural area in which it is today. So second, I'm going to talk about Monterey. So people originally were drawn to Monterey because of the abundance of fish, wildlife, and natural resources. The mild weather was great, and the central coast, along with the bay itself, was very important to the first settlers. So the first Spanish explorer, his name was Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. He is credited as the first Euro-American to see the bay on November 17th, 1542, which he named the Bay of Pines. In December of 1602, Sebastian Vizcaino became the first European to set foot on the shores of the bay, which he called Monte Rey Bay, spelled Monte space Rey Bay. And since then, many attacks had occurred, and until July 1846, during the Mexican American War, where this guy, Commodore John Drake Sloats, brought his squadron into Monterey Bay, and on July 7th, his troops landed, raised the American flag, and claimed California for the U.S. So now, at this time in Monterey, this guy, he's a U.S. Navy chaplain named Walter Colton. He became appointed as Monterey's first American alcalde, and his position was the mayor or the town judge. And Colton was a graduate of Yale, and he proved to be an honorable executive. And actually, one of his major accomplishments was the design and supervision of the construction of Colton Hall. And at this time, this was the first public building in Monterey constructed under the American flag, which this building opened March 8th, 1849. Colton Hall was originally built to serve as a school, and to this day, many people can experience Monterey and Salinas. So, knowing a little bit of the history, I got to actually go out and serve my community. So, my service learning site was located at CHOMP, which is the California Hospital of Monterey Peninsula. And it's associated with a nonprofit organization that's linked to the hospital, which is called Kids Eat Right. And that's where I was actually involved with my service learning. So, Kids Eat Right is an initiative from the Academy of Nutrition and Diet that supports efforts to end childhood obesity. So, some of the statistics that were provided through my coordinator were that obesity in children has tripled since 1960. So today, 1 in 3 kids in the U.S. is overweight or obese, and it's the goal of Kids Eat Right to help reverse this trend. So what occurs with this program is we go out with the Kids Eat Right Foundation, and it's designed to create a kid-friendly, science-based program for fourth grade students where we have the opportunity to teach them how to cook healthy, shop smart, eat right, and exercise. So, accompanied through this program is registered nurses and dietitians who work with the Kids Eat Right to help provide accurate information and provide solid programs so the kids are actually learning factual, science based data and actually having hands on experience. So, how it works is each session at the school is 5 weeks long, and every week we go to a different school and teach them either how to cook, exercise, read labels, etc. So what's really cool about this program is the kids do hands-on food preparation. They get to engage in fun physical activity. They get to learn what to look for when they go to the grocery store, and they get to obtain the tools and information to share with their family and friends. So some of the meals we would go out and make with the kids are, we would do a yogurt parfait where we use Greek yogurt, lots of fresh fruits such as strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and we would teach them about how to eat healthy, such as we would use, soda drinks and Gatorade and vitamin water and show the sugar content in them, and we would ask them which ones do you think are all the time or which ones are sometimes, so we could teach them that just because a sports star is drinking this drink doesn't mean that it's healthy, because the difference is they're playing a sport and exercising, and some of the students are, fourth graders, and they're not supposed to drink a whole Gatorade. So we would teach them how to read the label, how to actually monitor how much they were intaking, and pretty much inform them on when they should drink or not drink it. Other activities that we would do include the parachute or exercising, running in place, doing different drills, stretching, just pretty much making exercise fun. And we'd also educate them that it's really important to actually have an hour of exercise a day. And one thing I actually learned through this program is there's a very diverse culture in Monterey and Salinas. So a lot of the students you have in some of the areas of Salinas, they're a little bit more poor. A lot of them are more on the agricultural side. And some of the schools, you can tell that they have a very different socioeconomical status, because at some of the other schools, I was working with students whose parents maybe owned the farms, and you could definitely tell the education level, the quality of schooling was a bit different. So, in all of it, I learned that, the diversity is very important, but the goal should be to actually help the students in these lower income and economical situations, because they don't have the resources to actually be able to go out and learn about health and education. And that's why I believe, Kids Eat Right is an awesome program, because we're going out and actually teaching these kids how to, eat healthy and better their lives. And I actually really enjoyed, working with the people at Kids Eat Right, because they have a passion that's similar to yours and mine. And actually, one other thing that I found that was kind of interesting through Kids Eat Right is that actually our teacher, Dr. Morrissey, was honored with the university's Marion Penn Partnership Award, which recognizes her collaboration to bring a fun and educational nutrition program throughout the county. And I just wanted to address that and say thank you for the awesome semester, and I appreciate you guys watching me.